And it's finally time, the Super Bowl of planting weekends in Colorado.
Is that what they call it?
Yes.
I love it. We got the free water this week. We've got 80 degrees on tap this weekend for Mother's Day, but coming off a weird spring and a late freeze, a lot of amateur gardeners like myself are probably feeling weather whiplash.
Jennifer Meckles spoke to the experts at Denver Botanic Gardens about what to do this spring. She joins us live there now ahead of their annual plant sale. I'm very excited about this. I've got my green thumbs ready.
Heck yeah, girl. I call it the Super Bowl of planting weekend, so maybe that's my word. But I will tell you, I talk to garden centers a lot, not just the big ones like this, but the small ones too, and they all say this is like the Black Friday of plant sales in Colorado. Mother's Day weekend is always that threshold of when it's safe to plant, which this week was a perfect example, right? We had that big snowstorm and some freeze risk in the middle of the week, so you always wait until after Mother's Day. But the question this year, we've had such a weird winter, is like, what do you even plant this year? Should you be planting very much this year? How do you plant this year? We have had a record warm winter. The whole state recently was under some kind of drought to start off the month. The Front Range has water use restrictions across the board. You probably started May like I did with dead grass, but weirdly early blooms in your yard. And then Mother Nature dumped that doozy of a snowstorm on us this week. A lot of people lost tree limbs, lost their tender plants. Some professional growers even lost their crops. What a weird year, right? Well, we asked the experts here at the Denver Botanic Garden, is it even worth it to plant this year?
One of the best things you can do is plant a garden. We need green spaces as people. We interact and we get as much from the plants, if not more than the plants get from us. And by doing this and having these green spaces, we're using less water than on cultivated manicured turf zones and high water use areas.
So all you're going to hear about in the next, I think, whole season, guys, is less water, less water, less water, right? There are plants designed for this very purpose. There are plants that like Colorado's climate, so that's what we should really be going for this year. If you're going to be thoughtful about your yard, really think about what could succeed in it with less water, because you're going to have rules no matter what. And the folks like Mike, you saw there with his big epic beard, he's here ready to answer questions for you today. They're also going to have on site today Denver Water. You know, the guys that have the watering rules, they're a sponsor. They're going to be here. They're ready to ask and answer questions as well. So the whole point of this is don't be afraid to ask, because it is kind of a tough year. It could be a different year for a lot of people, but that doesn't mean it shouldn't be no planting at all this year. Ladies?
I mean, it's a good point. I went to the nursery on Monday and I was going to do some roses, and they're like, roses are water suckers. Like, you know, it's just not a good one. And they can help you find alternates if you want that specific color or look. There are more drought tolerant flowers that are out there.
Yeah, and you can do the roses next year, Corey. It's fine.
Yes. Well, I've also heard they're a pain, so I need low maintenance in my life.
Hydrangeas require a lot of water too. Maybe
See what I'm
skip the
saying?
hydrangeas,
Yeah.
right, Jenny?